Hello, YouTube. It is I, the mega famous. My hands aren't on in frame. Mega famous DJ Winza, and it's the Thursday Chill Show, and I haven't even decided what I'm going to name this one yet, but hopefully it'll be funny. But yeah, these are just me talking about what's on my mind. It doesn't really have an interactive component, but, you know, if you want to interact with the crap that I say, awesome. So, lately I've noticed that my Champions Online videos have actually been my highest watched, consistently highest watched videos, and I mean the recording of the streams, which I'm actually completely blown away by. So for those of you that watch those and also watch this, thank you. Thank you for showing me that I might actually have something I can be useful for on YouTube. I actually thought about doing something, and I think I alluded to it on the Wednesday video. Something that I wanted to do with Champions Online. I've been kicking it around for a while. I thought of doing like Pokemon builds at first, but I realized there's like only two I can think of that are humanoid enough to really matter and wouldn't be just the exact same fucking moves over and over again. But I'll get to those eventually. But I thought maybe I should do builds that are roundabout of certain specific archetypical heroes without actually using their names, of course. Because people dig those. I mean, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of Superman builds out there, but there's only a few that have actual synergy and aren't just all, you know, straight up might. Because, you know, Superman has more than just super strength and invulnerability. But, you know, it's more of a, how exactly do I want to set those up kind of thing. I've also got a handful of ideas for characters based on the Final Fantasy series. Like, for example, pull characters from Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy VII, 9, and so on. Just basically the characters that are, you know, individuals. And I thought of doing that as well. By the way, that would probably be the one thing that would drag Hector into Champions Online, even though he says that he can't really see things. But dude, if you can do fucking survival mode in Fallout 4, you can do fucking Champions Online. Alright? Seriously. Yeah. Plus, you can adjust how big your UI is, so if you need to keep track of things, boom. Increase the size of the UI, you increase the size of the font and everything. But I shouldn't go down... God, that so sounds wrong. I shouldn't put, you know, Hector out there about all this. I just, you know... I'd really like to actually play Champions with you sometime, dude. I really would. Mainly because I want to see what kind of character you'd make. But anyhow, the Champion stuff, hopefully I can find extra time to do these kind of build things, but that would be something I'd have to prepare a lot in advance. Like, I'd actually have to sit and write down the must-haves for builds and recommended things, because it wouldn't just be just build exactly this and have this exact character. It would be this is the core powers for this kind of character. These are some choices you can add on, but mix and match and make the character your own. Because the idea is, don't make the same fucking character as everyone else. Make it your own character. But if you want to have a character that plays a lot like a specific character in media, that's what I would build. But yeah, I'm just leaning really a lot on that champion shit. And I don't even feel like playing it right now because I'm tired. I just got out of work. It's 10:49 in the evening. But, you know, I've noticed on myself at least, I've noticed I've started smoking more often. And that's not a good thing. Because with me, smoking has always been something that... And I'm talking about cigarettes, of course, because I'm actually allergic to the other stuff. Or at least the sativa, I believe. I'm actually allergic to that. But cigarettes, on the other hand, I've gotten up to 3 cigarettes in a day. For me, that's a lot. It used to be like one... maybe once every other day. But now I'm up to like 3 in a day, and I'm like, okay, there's a problem. What's going on? And, well, it's kind of been my job being really stressful because I can't really go into detail as to why, but there's just been a lot of stress. And it's not like it's an incredibly hard job, but, you know, if you don't have the specific skill set to be able to do it, it's even harder. It's not, thankfully, that hard for me because I have plenty of experience doing what I need in that job. But anyway, God, it's so hard to talk about that without giving any, like, actual information about the job itself. But anyway, I have a lot of different ideas I want to kick around, but sadly none of them are actually coming to my mind. But I do have to respond to something I saw from Sci-Spy posting on my video today. Well, it's yesterday as of the time you guys are watching this. Why 2 Jareths? Because it's motherfucking David Bowie. Seriously. Him in the white suit with the crystal, and him in the dark brown suit from when he was surrounded by all the goblins. Come on. 2 completely different costumes. Both of them fucking awesome. But yeah, I love these pop figures, and I haven't opened a single fucking one. Cassie has opened one, her Harley Quinn, which I actually traded one that I got from a loot crate to get the Harley Quinn specifically for her, and she loves it. And you know, it's still sitting there, right there. Off screen. I don't want to show it to you because, you know, it's in her stuff, and you know, that's her stuff, and I never asked permission to film that. But anyhow, God, I'm all over the place tonight. But you know, I just made this little series as just a way to get stuff off of my chest. Because, you know, the Wednesday show is specifically to interact with you guys. This one is just me being me. So I guess I can use this to tell a story. Originally I'd brought it up during a stream. I forget exactly what game I was playing, and maybe either Christina or Hector can mention it in the comments section. By the way, guys, if you remember what fucking game it was that I talked about it. I am actually a former victim of abuse. my ex-wife. Long before I met Cassie, long before, well, only a few months before I started making YouTube videos ever, I escaped from my ex-wife, who did everything within her power to control me. Who, anytime anyone would, start acting as if they were my friend, she would flip out on them and try to drive them away. I'm still sort of friends with one of the people that I hung out with during that time. And Caesar, if you end up watching this, I miss you, bro. Hit me up on Facebook. But she basically made it so it was nigh impossible for me to really do anything but be at the house. And it didn't help that her family, whenever we were around them, because they were the only fucking people that she ever really had around me, it didn't help that all of them would look down their noses at me. Because, I was in my late 20s and I, wasn't a college graduate. And, I had come into her life because of a layoff at my previous job. And, one of the main reasons I even moved to Virginia when I first got with her was because I wanted to find a job that would hopefully be paying the same amount that I had been making doing telephone tech support. And needless to say, that shit did not happen. She had told me that the median wage in that area, which was, the northern Virginia area around that kind of cups Washington, D.C.'s balls, that area, the median wage was like $100K. So I thought, well, awesome. I'll be able to find a job that uses my tech skills and, be able to thrive. But no. Instead, I ended up never really being able to find anything that stuck. And the only time I actually got anything that involved the tech field, it was Staples. And they only put me as a trial for the tech position, even though I had experience doing over-the-phone tech support. And the wage was, a joke. Especially if you look at it right now. And even though shortly after, for about 6 months, I believe, when I was living in New Hampshire, I was working for Staples. They paid me a lot more. And I did my damnedest to fix shit, but they ended up fucking me on hours, but that's besides the point. Back to the whole ex-wife thing. I don't really want to give too much away because I don't want you guys to go after her or anything. I'm not even going to use her name. But here's the part that really blows people away. It wasn't just emotional abuse. It was also physical abuse. And I don't believe that my camera can even pick it up anymore, and I'm trying to locate it on my arm. There it is. Yeah, I don't think my camera can even pick it up. Yeah, it's not. Wait. No, it's not even picking it up. But I've got a mark on my arm from when she grabbed me, dug her nails in, and raked them across my arm to turn me around. Because I just wanted to leave the argument. I didn't want it to continue. because most of the arguments would start with me sitting facing my computer, maybe watching a video or playing a video game, and her running up and starting to pound on the back of my head and neck. And most people who hear about that are like, why didn't you leave sooner? It's the same answer that you'd get asking a woman who didn't leave a physically abusive man sooner. At the time, I honestly had no place I thought I could go. And being a man, you can't go to a battered woman's shelter at all. You're not even allowed near it because you're a man. And most women who have been through that sort of thing will automatically blame the guy for the whole argument to begin with, and for the guy being abused to begin with. And it's terrifying when you're in that kind of position. And I this was supposed to be a chill video, but it's become actually rather chilling now that I think about it, because I'm actually kind of fighting to keep from, having all this just reawaken all the sorrow and fear. Because, I don't have anyone feeding me any words to say. This isn't a scripted thing or anything like that. So it's just me trying to remember, but not remember, if that makes any sense. Because there are times right now, while I'm with Cassie, where I really have to remind myself, this is not where I was 5 years ago. This is not Springfield, Virginia. This is not my ex-wife's apartment. This is not... I am not with her. And it's... I do my best every day to tell Cassie just how wonderful she is. And she truly is. She treats me so much better than even my own family. Like, there has been no drawback to Cassie. If anything, that the situations that led me here, her being in my life right now is the only reason why I would ever thank those situations for ever happening. But that doesn't mean that they're justified. That doesn't mean that that sort of thing should ever happen to anyone. And you know what? I wouldn't even wish that on my ex-wife at all, ever. I would not wish that on her. I would not wish that on anyone else. I wouldn't even wish it on Donald Trump. And I fucking hate that piece of shit. She's not even the only one who physically abused me. I had another ex-girlfriend back in the early 2000s. And holy shit. At least she kind of had an excuse for being an absolutely horrible person, because she was also an alcoholic. And that is a story for another time, because I just looked at how long I've been talking. And yeah, this is just going to go up raw. I'm not going to, edit in music. So I apologize if the lack of music bored you while I was trying to think of what else to say. And, I don't mean to... I don't want to take these to dark places like that. But, I'm not going to copy what Matt Santoro said in his... go watch Matthew Santoro's vlog if you want to know what he said, and listen. I'm a little more composed than he was in that, because I'm as far removed as I am from that situation. I'm not recording right after. But that's actually something you should watch. I'm not going to link it, but just look up Matthew Santoro, and you're probably subscribed to him already. He does the bomb-ass fucking top 10 videos, but it's his vlog channel that has the vlog he did about physical abuse. But I guess if there's one thing that I can give as advice for anyone who's actually suffering from physical abuse or an abusive relationship, tell someone. Tell anyone you can find. Tell everyone you can find. Don't let it continue. Do anything you possibly can. Say anything to anyone to get yourself out of that situation. You don't deserve it. No one deserves it. Not even the person doing it. Get out of there. Even if you have to be homeless to do it. I did it. I had to choose homelessness. I couch surfed for like the first year after my ex-wife and I divorced. I had to share a room with a man who knew less English than I know Spanish. I had to live in someone's basement and pay them more money than I was paying for half of a room where I at least got some privacy. So get out of there. If you're a woman, there are a lot more options for you than there are if you're a guy. But if you're a guy, get out of there soon. Tell anyone you know, male, female. They might be dumb and laugh at first, but fucking tell them anyway. You need to get out of that situation. Alright, I really have taken this way too far, and I do apologize, guys. I do apologize, but now you guys know a little bit more about me, and hopefully I'll be able to be a lot more lighthearted on Friday when I do the Final Fantasy thing, because I will be doing more Final Fantasy VI, because that fucking game is awesome, and you all should fucking go buy it in some way, shape, or form. Fucking best game ever made. Anyway, more important than the video that's going to come on Friday, or tomorrow to be more accurate, or the comments video from yesterday, or the horrors that were spoken of in this video, I want you guys to know that I do truly love you all. I love you guys for giving me the chance to be a part of your life as a YouTuber, as, you know, someone who just gets to interact with people from all over the planet on a semi-daily basis. I do appreciate it. I do honestly thank you and love each and every one of you for it. Except for those of you that are dicks. Fuck you. But anyhow, yeah, it's late. Guys, get the fuck out of my house.